Thanks for tuning in to Small Steps to Wellbeing, or Small Steps as I often refer to it. If you like what you hear, then check out the channel every so often for a new episode. And if you have any feedback or would like my insight on a specific topic, then reach out and let me know. Please be aware that the information shared in this podcast does not represent definitive health recommendations or advice. So you should consult a professional before making any significant changes to your lifestyle. Hello and welcome to this episode of Small Steps to Wellbeing with me, your host, Stephen Davis from Interactive Therapy. So in this shortcast, I'm going to be talking about a topic that most of us know is important, yet often struggle with. That is creating and maintaining a consistent sleep routine. Over the next few minutes, I'll provide an overview in why having a routine matters and how we benefit both mentally and physically from having one. I'll address some common disruptors to sleep routines, finally finishing off with a simple actionable step that may set you on the path to establishing routine in your own sleeping habits. To kick things off though, I think it's important to highlight from the offset that good sleep isn't just about the number of hours we get per day, it's also about when and how we get them. I hope this small step gives you something to think about and most importantly, ideas to help adapt your life in a healthy way. Let's get going. So why is there value in establishing a sleep routine? Well, the biggest reason is that a regular sleep routine helps regulate our body's internal clock, what's known as our circadian rhythm. If we go to bed and wake up at the same time each day, our body learns when to release hormones that make us feel sleepy and when to wake us up. The more consistency we achieve in our routine, the faster this leads to better quality sleep, which means we fall asleep faster, wake up less during the night, and feel more alert during the day. A consistent sleep routine isn't only beneficial for our sleep though, as the circadian rhythm influences many other things in our body throughout each day. So sleep truly is a foundation of good mental and physical health. So what are these benefits, you ask? Well, physically, it supports your immune system, helps regulate appetite and metabolism, and even lowers the risk of heart issues over time. Mentally, consistent sleep routines improve concentration, memory, and emotional regulation, making us more resilient against day-to-day stress and anxiety. In short, good sleep is one of the best investments in both physical and mental health, but it's important to remain aware of how our routine works for us. There are certainly enough opinions available telling us on how much or how little we should sleep. I'm not advocating for a specific amount of time spent in bed. Instead, I'm encouraging consistency based on your own needs. Let's be realistic now. It takes effort to build a routine, and this is a definite example of a small step that requires both repetition and maybe support at times. Our routines can be thrown off by factors outside of our control, related to work commitments or the life phase that we're in. Travel across time zones, shift work, and having young children at home are situations that can seriously affect our routines and are less easily controlled, at least in the short term. Even small disruptions can reset your sleep rhythm and make it harder to fall asleep the next night. Some of the most common culprits are irregular bedtimes on weekends, too much screen time before bed, or consumption of caffeine or alcohol late in the day, and working or exercising a bit too close to your bedtime. These are of course factors over which we can have some level of control. So here's the actionable tip for this small step, and something that you can do today. What I'd like you to try is choose a fixed wake-up time and stick with it, even on the weekends. Once your body adjusts to that consistency, your bedtime will naturally shift to allow you to get the sleep that you need. And if you've had a routine in the past that's worked, this is normally the fastest way to re-establish that routine. There's only one extra piece of advice I would give in actioning this step, and that is to not make dramatic changes to your wake-up time immediately. So, for example, if you currently get up at 10 o'clock on the weekend, but want to get up at 7, you may struggle sustaining that change over the long term. Instead, make the changes in small steps. Start by choosing a wake-up time that's not too radically different from your current wake-up time, say 15 to 30 minutes earlier. Then, after a week or two of allowing your body to adjust, you can change the wake-up time again, moving it by another 15 to 30 minutes closer to that goal you've set. And then keep repeating this step until you find the wake-up time that works best for you. Thanks for listening to this small step, and I hope you feel encouraged to experiment with finding your sleep routine. Remember that sleep is a foundational part of good physical and mental health, and protecting your beneficial sleep routine is essentially protecting your energy, mood, and focus for the day ahead. Don't forget to check back another time to discover more small steps to well-being. All the best. Thanks for listening to Small Steps to Wellbeing. I hope you will be able to make use of the information and exercises in this podcast on your own pathway to well-being. Don't forget to come back again soon. Bye for now.